And welcome back to the stream. I'm not sure what we're going to do today. Got options, don't I? I could do more building. I am halfway through a build, so maybe I'll do that. I'm genuinely not sure though. It might be a bit of fun to do the rest of the build. Stream. I don't know. It's always like the case. The case is really that I'm trying to. I guess I'm trying not to do the raid too early on. You know what I could do? Because I always wonder if, like, because the thing is, the thing with the chat, it literally didn't work from day to day. Let's just check. It might be. Okay, that's good. All right, King Barry, how you doing? Thanks for talking. I can quickly check if your text is appearing on the screen, and it is. What should I do today then? We could go back into the world. Let's see. Because I did do quite a lot of building yesterday, so maybe do something else. Just released a video as well. That I've been. I'm pretty good, dude. Thanks for asking. I did release a video about. Is this the one I want? Yeah, let's try this one. I did release a video about getting custom skins. I've been using a program called Blockbench to make custom skins. There's going to be a lot more custom skins. It may be, I don't know if it's more for the modded people though. I am a modded Minecraft channel really, but I like to mess around with this game as well. Oh, did you watch it? Oh, that's cool, man. Yeah, that is my new video. It's pretty cool. Because basically, the thing about the skins is that it's very hard to know where to find skins. Because most of the websites you go to are probably not going to be like... You don't really know what's going... The thing is, like... I wouldn't go to most of the websites. Why have I got so much stuff in my inventory? I've got 8 blaze rods. I guess I did kill a lot of glass, actually. Wait, is it not night time? Or did it just turn day? Okay, it's just turned day. Okay, cool. There's a few things. One thing I actually did mean to do is to check out what the different types of horse are. Because I was a bit confused. I was trying to breed the horses. How many do I have? Oh yeah, I did do it once. See, this is the same type of horse. You can see it's the same type of horse. But we'll do something with that anyway. Funnily enough, even if you've got no saddle, you can still... I think you can still get this in the chest. But apparently, if you want to get the... you can't take the chest off. It will still always be there. Okay. Mob drops. We've got some gas tiers here. We've got some of those. Efficiency 1. Okay. So, yeah. I've got some magma cream as well. We can make some different potions. Let's put the magma cream over here. Oh yeah, I was going to do the stuff with dyes. If I wanted to do the dye stuff, I could potentially do that. I don't know. I feel like I would need a separate chest for that. Another thing that I could as well do is... I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what sort of day it's turning out to be. I might do... It's looking like quite a quiet day. I wouldn't mind just finishing off my build, if that's going to be the case. Because I think the build is more interesting to do for me. I don't know. It's just like the build is like something which is going to take me. Building is such an important and integral part. I would love to be able to do the command block stuff on live stream, but I feel like I need to constantly check. Alright. To be honest, I did kind of get quite far in this anyway. Did I not do... I didn't do a pillar down with this guy. This is actually a really nice build. I don't know. I don't know if people would say that's a pufferfish. It doesn't really look like a pufferfish. It's because people are not used to seeing what a pufferfish... Because when a pufferfish actually goes up, it triggers, the effect triggers, it's not actually as... I think this was green glass, right? This one? I think so, right? Yeah. Okay, let's do it like... Yeah, so that wall doesn't exist over here. I am very curious to see how this will affect my roofing options, because I haven't... The thing is, like, when you actually see actual houses, a lot of them are a bit more irregular like this. So it's not like unusual for a house to be this irregular. And we made some good progress yesterday on this, so let's see if we can finish it off. Wow, no viewers today, interesting. I guess we're moving to a next phase or whatever. How did I do this before? Right, yeah, the post is here. Was it just like that? No. There was a gap of... Yeah, it's just a 2 block there. Yeah, of course. It actually looks much better when you do both sides of it. I don't know. I do tend to do this equal distance. In an irregular build like this, it actually helps. In a more regular build, it wouldn't work. You want to have some irregularity, right? Is that... Why is that 3? Oh, no, it's 3. Sorry. I'm just confused about... There is nothing there. Right. Correct. It's kind of interesting to have like this whole... I don't know if it makes sense to have it like this. Certainly there's more complexity and differences coming through in the house. Let's fill in the rest of the wall and we'll think about the ceiling in a minute. There's not too much of the wall left. I fortunately did most of it because I knew I wasn't going to particularly enjoy doing the wall. But I've done a lot of it, so that's cool. It's kind of nice when you can just, it's kind of nice to be moving to the next phase as well. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's cool to have a few viewers, but sometimes you get the same viewers over and over again. And without being particularly harsh, it's not like they're the best viewers, It's not like last month when I was getting really good viewers who were like really going to say a lot of interesting stuff and unique stuff. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. Is the viewer going to say a lot of unique stuff or not? And if they're not, it's almost like it's not really even worth having them. It's a cynical approach, but it actually helps. It's a funny thing. So here we have our structure. It's certainly in a regular shape. I think we can't really go any more irregular on it. Like, there's no point. We want to make everything now regular, right? So what could the floor be that would make a lot of sense here? It looks like a blue floor, right? It's got to be a blue floor of some kind. I think this would work. It's kind of weird doing it like that though. You almost have to border it with something for it to make sense. That's the only problem with the glass there. This is a very, very interesting build, to say the least. Doesn't really work. What's kind of funny though is it does sort of make that stair. You can actually do stairs, can't you, when you think about it? No. This is like a really strange thing to think about, but... You can only really do one though. I wanted to do a thing with a flower pot as well. Can't place it on that. Don't think anything will go there. No. It doesn't look too bad. It does kind of look like it's rounded off better. I think if I didn't do that at the bottom. Interestingly, you can do stuff like, can you do this? You can do interesting stuff like that. You can do a lot of stuff with fence posts. I don't know. Maybe it's too simplistic, this idea, but I'm going to go with it for now. Yeah. Sometimes I think, like, because the thing is, I'm trying not to overcomplicate the issue. It obviously looks wrong to have just the slabs at the bottom, though. Just have the panes at the bottom, rather. You get some kind of interesting stuff here. Yeah. So I take the blue terracotta. I definitely think having this deeper tone though works. Because the thing is, like, you would put orange and red together. Could do the whole floor with that lighter one, actually. That would be interesting. I do like the light one. Wait, is that not the block I'm using? It's not. That's not the same either. Which block am I using here? No, it's the same. Weirdly, it looks different though. I think it's too much. I think putting two colours right next to each other that are exactly the same, they're just one shade away from each other, it never works, right? Cool. You have to check out that Blockbench videos. I was thinking of putting like Blockbuster in the title for it, but I don't know. How are we going to do the roofing? This is very much an experimental one. Wow, pretty fast block placement there. It's nice not to have anyone in the room for once. It is nice. I don't know. We have to think about a way to actually try and get more people to come there. I don't know. My feeling is like that April is such a better month than May. By May, it's like big YouTubers only, which is that's the difficult part about it. I don't know. I know that as you get bigger, you find May more easier, whereas April is the time for the small YouTuber. And I did kind of maximise. I feel like I couldn't have done much more. You know, that's what you have to be. You have to be like satisfied that you've done enough in terms of in terms of April rather. And I feel satisfied with April. I got my highest views ever, got my highest subscribers ever by a long shot. So I can't be disappointed with that, right? One of the questions is like, and I've thought about it, is like, do I just stop and just do Hearthstone all the time? And my feeling is like I could just do Hearthstone all the time. It wouldn't be a problem for me, but I don't know. I have to think like, what is the output level going to be in terms of like how many can I produce, right? I'm trying to think of a good way to say this. Like, you know, you have to look at how many good Minecraft videos, because I could say realistically, I haven't made that many good Minecraft videos this year. I've got a couple dynamic surroundings that's going towards the 1,000 mark, and I've got doing the command. I've got extra alchemy that possibly will go towards the 1,000 mark, depending on the popularity. Because it's alchemy, it might. And then you've got summon multiple mobs in one command. That should be a 10,000er within like a year and a half, maybe. I would think so. I don't know though, because the thing about those command ones is that you don't really know. I feel like I'm probably getting the search on the search is coming for that on the whatchamacallit. Does it look good, by the way? Kind of like it. I kind of like it, you know. It's got a nice. It's an unusual flavor. I could remove the side bits. I don't know though. I don't know, you know. I could even extend the side bits and make them look into actual wings. Could do a semicircle on the top here. Semicircle on the top would seem to be good. Or like an arch. Maybe I'll try an arch. It would be super unusual, but I feel like this is like such an unusual build. And to be fair, even though normally I do quite unusual stuff, a lot of the buildings here, they have been pretty regular. So we could just try this one just a bit out of left field, right? Let's try it. If we don't try an arch here, when are we going to try an arch, right? I've wanted to try an arch in the build for ages, to be honest. This is as good a chance as any to do it. So let's think how we're going to do this. So if you don't look at the front and you imagine this section is not here, like how would you even do the roof, right? Because you need to make the thing. This is the thing that I haven't really explored in roofs. In all the roofs I've done, it's all be just like put it into the middle, right? But in something like this, the great thing about working with an irregular shape like this is that you can't do that. There's no way you can do that. It doesn't matter if you want to do it. You're still going to have to deal with the fact that it's not going to work. So you have to do the triangular business, right? But what would an arch do here? I can't really do an arch here, right? I could do an arch and then it could go down here and then there could be like a thing going down. Wouldn't that be weird? Might be. So what colour would the roof of this be? I think again a lighter colour. I could do it again with the mushroom blocks. That'd be very unusual though. I don't know. I just feel like when there's so much colour, you just want to minimise the colour. I've got to say, these two colours, though, absolutely brilliant together. Should we try it with the mushroom? I do love this mushroom texture. Even polished diorite looks quite good at this point. I think we need to do a stone roof. Do I really want to do diorite? Diorite of all things. You know what? Let's just do diorite. I don't feel comfortable doing like an arch out of something which isn't like a proper material. So we know what this length is, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We know it's even anyway. I'm trying to remember like the best way to do an arch. Well, it all depends, doesn't it? You get the feeling that probably you're going to go maybe a 2 here. And then like a 3. And then maybe a couple of 2s. That's not bad. You want to have it like a little bit irregular, right? Let's do that then. So we'll do 2, 3, 2, 2, right? I remember I've followed different things for this. So we'll do a 2, 3, 2, 2. We'll just see how it looks. I think it will be a nice contrast there. There are better numbers I could do. I don't know. What should I do now then? It's a difficult one. It may be the arch is a bit steep. This is always a difficult one to decide like how you want to do this. Could do a couple of ones. Just do a couple of ones. This is like should be a pretty straightforward arch. As long as we haven't messed it up at all, which I don't think I have. It looks completely correct, right? How weird. Sometimes it doesn't look correct. I don't know why. Just bridge it over. See what happens. Why does it look wrong? I've somehow done it wrong, haven't I? I don't know why it looks wrong. That's so weird, because it's not wrong, but it looks wrong. It's because of the perspective, isn't it? I guess. Yeah. I'd have to go right in the centre for it to appear. Yeah, I mean, if you look at it right in the centre, that's the problem. It will look more wrong. I think if I went steeper on the sides, or what happens if I just do it taller, right? I'm curious. I'm curious, like how wrong it looks, because that will look wrong from a lot of angles, apart from straight on. So we've got a 2, and then we've got 1 1. You alright, Dark? How you doing, dude? You good? Okay, so yeah, we'll do a 2 here actually, and then we're going to go for a 1. No, that's cool. Don't worry about it, man. They haven't been that great recently, anyway. I'm hoping that I've lost some of the other viewers, but we'll see. We'll see what happens, anyway. Okay, so we do a 2, and then we'll go for a couple of 1s here. Yeah, I think that's a more solid one, right? I think when you do it like a bit like this, I don't know if this is going to work at all, by the way. I literally have never done a roof like this, but we're going to try to get it to work. It's not a bad looking arch. How on earth we're going to get this to work with a roof, I don't know. So basically what we have to do is, normally when you do a roof, right, there is a central pillar somewhere. This is going to be super interesting. Because you see, there's no way this is always going to be this has to be 2 wide, right, because it's even. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to basically drop a certain amount from the arch, right? Don't worry, these are temporary, by the way. So say like this would be the level we're going to work at, right? Because this way we would be central to the... Yeah, I'm going to try stone for now, dude. I use concrete a lot in my builds. Roofing is not really... Well, you're probably right, actually, but I want to use... I like to use, you know, I'm happy with my materials at the moment. I don't know how we could get around to doing the front of this. You would need such complexity in there. Let's just build a thing here, though. I feel like this is the only way to think about it. Just build a beam, like, right across the middle. And then it's a case of, how do we get there? I mean, if we look at the height of that, it's not that high. It's not that high. What? I don't know what you're talking about, dude. Let's just see what happens if we just go in from here on the diagonal, right? So if we're going to go in the diagonal, it normally works like this, right? I'm trying to remember how I did it. Basically, you want a diagonal. I want a diagonal line here, right? So we'll make a quick diagonal line. It's not that easy to do stuff like this. Oh, thanks, dude. Yeah. I don't know if it even looks like a pufferfish, but I tried to. If you look at there was a picture. I don't know if you were here when I showed you. It's basically the picture from the wiki of the. Yeah, I'm actually. This is probably my best skill at the moment, being able to do this thing. I'm quite good at doing, like, making these structures. Basically, taking a mob and trying to, like, it's like the interesting thing about this is you take the picture of the mob, and you have to get it on a flat place, right? So it's kind of like interesting to try and do that, because the pufferfish is actually very tough to do, and I don't know how well I've done it. This guy looks a bit more like I'm trying to think what the name of the character is. He looks like a guy in Star Wars. There's a little thing in Star Wars. What's his name? Star Wars. He's like a little green man. Let me see what his name is. Yoda. That's it. He looks a little bit like Yoda. That was my first thought. Unfortunately, it's a pufferfish, but I don't know. I didn't mean for. I was just literally following the colours, and it ended up looking like Yoda. But I don't know if they were going the right way though. Yeah, I mean, for this, it's not even about the block type. I could use any block type. This is just. It's important to be able to have a house which is a weird shape and be able to do the roof well. This is something that may take me a long time though, but this is why I live stream, because there's things that are very difficult like this. Doing roofing, can you imagine being a roofer, an actual like roofer in real life, and not just being told where to go and having to do it all yourself? It would be difficult, right? If they said, how do you put the roof? Where does it go up? I think this is a fairly good strategy to try this though. We're going to get to this level, right? So we basically can't go above this level. This is going to be the top of the roof, right? Possibly one way to look at it. That's okay. Just thinking, like, you see, the problem is, like, in some of the other houses I've done, I've ended up, because I haven't been able to do like for instance, I wanted to have a certain type of window here, which is like this is a sun window, so you get a lot of sun. This roof I didn't even bother with; it's literally just flat. This window was this is like a flat roof doormat. So this part of the roof is flat. Then you have a large window. Yeah, it's cool, dude. I'm just doing my own thing at the moment. I don't know. I'm doing something a little bit complicated now. Yeah, I'm not too worried about the interior. The problem is that, yeah, this is kind of most similar in a way, because I had to change the roof here to get the window in. Let's just look at my other buildings to see. See, again, I just went vertically up here, which is not such a great roof. I think with the sheep one, actually, now I think about it, this was the first one I did. The only thing I like about this is actually got an overhang. No, actually, I don't know why I really liked this one, even though it's my maybe it was because it's my first one. Yeah, it's basically, yeah, it's different animals on the. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing, Dark. Yeah, basically, yeah. But I'm trying to learn about different types of The thing is, I'm trying to learn about different types of window. So if you ever look at a picture, because the thing is, like, if you want to be good at building, in my opinion, this is not what people will think. People won't tell you this is true, right? This is like a unique opinion. But if you look at the, you see, the idea I got is because I was looking for fun types of window. And this is a window that is called this. It's called an eye. Well, you'll hear it in a minute. I should wait a little bit just so that this doesn't come out of left field when I just say this to you. But basically, there's a type of window that's called this, right? This is the eyebrow dormer window, and this was actually what got me interested in making this series in the first place, because it's a very interesting window. And I did that, and then afterwards I got interested in doing. I thought, what is another interesting part of the house? And that was why when I came to this, and this is a, I don't know how you pronounce it, but this is what they call a porch. So you see, is it, wait. Yeah. Oh no, wait, is that what it's called? Yeah, I think it is called a porch, that, yeah. So if you look at it, you'll see that they're the things that I've done here. And the question is, like, how are we going to build on that? So I'm currently doing a bit more of an irregular sort of thing. But, I don't know. We'll work at it. We'll work at it. It certainly looks more impressive like this. But how do we get the roof and then it's still going to connect up to the arch at the front, right? That is a more difficult question. Like, do we have a drop here? Or do we... No, I haven't done one for the fox. I'm choosing... Basically, I'll tell you the order I did them in. This is how I did it. I started off with... I did it in a certain way because I wanted to get various different colours in. So I started off with the sheep. Sheep was number 1. Then the pig was number 2. Then the cow was number 3. The squid was number 4. You may not have seen the squid properly, but the squid was number 4. It's difficult to do the squid actually. But the squid's obviously got a very big face. But anyway. Then we moved on to the cod, which was number 5. Again, and you can see, but I was always thinking about how to do the windows and do things differently with the windows. Not just about doing the animal face. And this I did interestingly, to have that on the interior. And this is again is what I like. This, because the thing is, you have to try to build your style, right? So the reason I go on about that eyebrow dormer is because it looks like an eyebrow. It's like got the thing, and then a longer thing. Well, I don't know why it's called the eyebrow dormer now I think about it. But anyway, the point is, all it means is there's a short one, and then one which is much longer underneath, to create that shape. It's all about the shape of it. It's not about anything else. And this is quite inexpensive upstairs. And there's different things. Like, these are all bungalows as well, remember. There's no stairs. There's no slabs in any of these builds. So there's lots of rules that I made. And it helps to keep me organised. This is actually quite an interesting... It's kind of interesting when you do this, because you get these half blocks, these shapes that you make here. See, this shape of like a slab like that is actually a shape that you can't really get normally. It's quite a nice shape. And then for the sixth one is what we started working on yesterday, which is the I completely lost it now. Where is this? Where's it gone? You can see it's overlooking this one, isn't it? And this one is yet to be done. Does look good with that though. Would it look good with the whole lot filled in? How could you do it? I feel like it has to just drop though, right? It just has to drop. We can't be doing it. I don't know. Does it, or would I go? Would I go like? When do we do a diagonal down from here? Let's just try it, right? Here's the thing, right? This would probably want to be in the center where this diagonal meets the whatever. So imagine this doesn't exist, right? Because it probably won't. It would have to go somewhere like that, right? If it's going to meet the center. I wonder how though. I wonder how it could drop like that. That's a good question. I mean, could I just... The thing is, often when you fill these in, it just drops like that. I don't know though. The thing about that though is that the slope it's dropping at will not be enough. Because if you think about it, we want it to drop and then for it to all center around a certain point. Like, it can't just drop here. Well, I suppose it could. Because we know what the side... I mean, look, we may as well do the easy wall first, right? By the way, I might change all these blocks. Should we do an overhang? Overhang is cool, right? Let's do overhang as well. Why not, right? I do kind of like overhang. Overhang does look cool. I just want to check where we go on this. This is much more complex. The thing is, when it gets so irregular, this is like so much more difficult. It's almost like, man, roofing is like so hard to think about it spatially. I could literally just do the same. You know what I almost should do is just like copy this structure. I could do it as well because everything's going to be higher, and just try and do like the roof like 20 different times. Because it'd be worth trying to do that in such a like a difficult, like an unusual structure to see how I can really make it look good. Because I feel like however I do it, I'll be able to do it again and make it different. The roof is going to be high. Remember, you've got to remember that because this is going to be a floor. This is the floor right here. It's the roof and the floor as well. So what it means is that the height is basically the distance here. So it won't be that tall. This will only be about 8 blocks. This will not be that large a structure. But it's a question of how do we deal... Because this thing will probably be completely full of... The front of it has to be completely full, right? I wonder what that would look like. The front has to have like blocks all the way through it. So it'd have to be all the way through here. That's what I don't really like though. Because I like the arch. I mean, we could expand the arch a little bit. Right. Maybe I should try something like that. Make the arch a little bit thicker, maybe. I think that's the sort of way to do it, because while we've got this whole amount of space, it's like, what are we going to do with it? So let's just make it a little thicker. I think that's sort of like an artistic technique. They just make things a little bit more defined, right? So we could say 1 here, 1, 2 here, 1, 2, 3 here, 1, 2 here, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, right? Then on the other side we could say that as well. We go 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1. Alright, so that already looks a bit better, right? I think so. This is a really nice shape here. We almost want to do that. See, that creates a nice shape. But we can't go that much further down. No, I don't want to make it too thick, but like... I feel like these are the beams, right? So this is a support. So we should use wood, right? Let's use a wood. Let's use a wood for the actual roof, because I don't really like to use... If we're going to do it, we're going to at least try and get something half decent, right? We'll make it like... We'll have like... it can be like steel beams or whatever you want to think, and the arch can be made out of something tough. And then we'll have a lighter block. I really like birch, to be honest. So we'll use birch. I don't know. I kind of want to do this. Can I just drop this down? Because at least that gives... At least if we do this, we've actually got the chance to make a window. And we know that these windows will be the same size, right? We'll just say that this is going to be the window here. I don't know. It's kind of interesting looking. It works, kind of. And then we can just put the rest as glass, right? Yeah, I'll do redstone as well. Redstone is more difficult because basically because of the demographics. Because redstone is mainly men and boys that watch it, and unfortunately, their behaviour online means it's basically harder to make redstone videos. Is what I'm trying to tell you, because you've got less chance of getting views. Because the top guys just hoover up all the views. Okay. Whereas with building, you see, there will be lots more interesting people. This is the thing with redstone. All the boys basically act the same and they'll watch the same stuff. But with building, you just don't know who's going to be interested in something like this. There'll be some people, of course, that are like super amazing builders that wouldn't watch it. But will it work? Yeah, it does. That kind of works. We still haven't done the roof yet, but we'll try and figure out how to do it. I don't know if I even want to use... I almost just want to use stone the whole way through. Maybe I should think... Because the thing is, it's so tempting to use wood. But really, a wooden roof doesn't really exist. So I may just use stone for the whole thing and just work on the shape. Because sometimes it's more important to get a good shape than it is to... I can always change the material later. Try something else. Could just do the whole roof out of diorite. I think it's alright. Not bad. I don't know. I don't know really. This is probably a little bit too hard for me, what I'm trying to do at the moment. I'm not quite good enough at building to be able to pull off something like this. Because you see, what you have to do is I have to basically... The way I have to come down is like super difficult. So you see, these bits are really awkward to do. I don't know how I can even do that. What I could do is maybe mirror it. Like, where would I mirror the... Yeah, I could, but I'm still trying to make like a building that makes sense. I know what you mean. It doesn't really make sense, this building, but... It's a bit too symmetrical as well, isn't it? Yeah, I don't really like the symmetry of it. Maybe we could use the lack of symmetry. I noticed that this block isn't the same as this one. We could just try like... I'm just curious, like what if we just put like a structure like here? Do like 6. I don't know. We'll leave it for now. The problem is I really like symmetry. It's annoying. I shouldn't like it so much. It's why I've decided that some of the builds I'm going to do are going to be very symmetrical. But symmetry is bad, basically. It creates very bad looking things. But anyway. So how are we going to actually jump down? There must be a way, right? But basically can't... We have to do something like this, right? It has to be like... So that is on the... In terms of this, it'll be on the inner one. Right. So it's something like that, right? That is kind of right, but I'm just trying... Yeah. Can I just, can I carry on this pattern or not? Will this actually work? I actually don't even know. Kind of works. No, I haven't gone down far enough. I think that is like the right way to do it though, right? That could be kind of cool. I think I've... Yeah, oh wait a minute. I think I just messed it up. Let me just try and get that right. Alright, so this is how we started, right? So it has to be... I think it has to be here. I hope I haven't just done the same thing over again that I just did before. I have though, haven't I? I don't know how that's happened though. It's alright though. It's alright. We'll just make do with what we've done there. Yeah. I think that'll be okay. So we're going to try. I think the problem is that this one meant to go in here. I've been streaming, let's have a look, 55 minutes. Yeah, we'll just leave it like that for now. It's not perfect. But I've seen worse, right? So this goes into the one next to the glass. So it goes like that. Right? Yeah, so we have these two spots there. So we could fill in that. That one doesn't belong. So we can only go a certain distance down here. But look, we got somewhere, right? And that's the last one we can do. It's because of the drop. It's just because of the way I've done this top section. But you see, it actually looks quite good from underneath. Yeah, but at least we're a bit closer to the bottom, right? So what we'd have to do now is we'd have to... You see, if we want to build out from here, we have to drop one, basically. So now we have to say that actually this is now the spot we have to work from. Right? We're actually inside as well, the lines here, so that's good. So we have to build out from this spot. So we'll find that spot here. That's this is a little bit tricky to work this one out. Okay, so it's block diagonally back from that one. So it's that one, right? Correct. So then that would go down one. Oh yeah, well I guess it was obvious actually. Okay. So at this point we're actually at a suitable level. I think it kind of makes a lot. It's kind of an interesting shape. Interesting. How are we going to work out a way to get further down there? Because we can't go, again, like I mentioned before, we can't go... This, anywhere around here is unacceptable, basically. So we can't just carry on, you know, as if it's all fine from here, because it's not. Let's just make sure we know where our lines are, right? You think this should be orange glass? Could be actually. Oh, we'll actually try that one. I didn't think of that, but that is not necessarily a bad idea. Interesting. I kind of like it, actually. I do kind of like that. Okay. So we're still trying to work out how to finish. We actually made some progress, at least. I think at least I can feel like there's a chance we might be able to get this window. The thing is, right, is that we're going to have to do. Is I don't really want to do like this, but maybe I have to. Maybe I just have to go straight up here. Maybe there's just no choice. The problem with that, though, is I would have to go straight up here as well. So I'm just wondering if that is acceptable or not. Let's just fill in this whole section. Because we need to create some definition with this bit. Yeah. I think it probably is okay. Like from this angle, it doesn't look great, but I wonder how it looks from the front, actually. Hi, Rager. How you doing? You good? Did I do that right? Yeah, I think it looks right. I've got to admit, this is probably the best part of it. This looks cool from that position. This is something that you would see in like someone with who's really good. I don't know if I want it to be like that. If like just have a big pool like that. I don't know. Maybe it's right though. Maybe it is right. Let's see what I can think of for the other side. To get up from the side here, we will need to have like a diagonal here though. Shall I just do the diagonal? Let's try the diagonal here. Oh, you know what I said I wanted to do though, is have an overhang. So the overhang should go down like that. Yeah. We just do like a little test sort of thing. But again, we're gonna. You know what? We can probably go. We can go out further with this one. See, what I like is that it's actually connecting now. So we've actually got a pathway to the roof at this point. We've got some nice internal like shapes as well, which is cool. But I want to have like a little bit more like don't think we have to do the corners there. We can't do this guy. That would not be good. So which corner is that? It's this corner, right? Because it's such a like weird shape here. What is that? Oh, we've got a wandering trader. It's funny how often that's actually happened a few times. Yeah, you see, I can't just go like this though. I have to be a bit more like I have to go up at a level which is the same all around. I actually really like diorite. I don't know why. I really like. There's like I've got a new respect for diorite than I had ever before. But this is still going to be tricky to work out how to do this bit. We've got down from the very top. We've got to this level, but how do we get down and do this bit now? That is a tricky one. I'm not all this stuff. Other stuff, by the way. The front is looking good at this point, but remember, I can't go outside these. Yeah, I think we have to do this wall here. It has to happen. Let's just mirror that wall. Thanks, dude. Yeah, it's a difficult build. This is much more difficult than normally I try. But I'm trying to do more like difficult things, difficult buildings. Trying to push myself a bit. Let's just see what happens when we do both sides of it here. Yeah, we didn't want to do that. Because it may just be the case that... Because I think it does look cooler like that. But how are we going to do... Yeah, you see, diorite is not so bad, really. I think diorite gets, unfortunately, like, people say, oh yeah, diorite is rubbish. But it's not that bad. But yeah, it may just be a very... I think we could probably go one further down here as well. Maybe there. Let's go here. Like that, maybe. Yeah, I wanted to have the two there because that actually matches that. Pufferfish Mansion, exactly, dude, exactly. It does look like that now. It's got some more complex shapes in it, which is cool. I mean, I probably could just... I mean, honestly, if that just goes like that, I could just do it like that, right? Because the thing is, sometimes you've got to realise that you can't do it that complex. Wait a minute, did I do that right? Yeah. We'll go over the side like that. And then that's there. Doesn't actually look bad with this, with like a... We could do like this could be a bit more detail, you see. This creates a bit more, rather than just having the straight lines. I could actually leave that in, or even do more of them. Maybe that will be like the little detail on the roof. Do you know what I mean? Like you could have like a few of those things. Actually, it wouldn't look, yeah. I guess the reason they look good is because they've got a gap. This is like a 3 section. So there needs to be a gap either side. I'll tell you what, I'm trying to explain what I mean. But if you had like another set of these, right, that would actually look quite good. It gives it like, oh no, I've done that wrong. Wait a minute, what's wrong here? Oh yeah, I've done that wrong. You know what? I'm gonna have to do this. I'm gonna finish this off tomorrow. To be honest, roofing is way harder than a lot of this stuff. But I will come back tomorrow. So thanks for coming along today.